Welcome to the Dex, where we cover trivia and strategy for a different Pokemon each week. I'm Musician Alex.
And I'm PokeKellz. This week's Pokemon is really interesting.
Oh yeah, man, dragons! Dragons are cool! Can't wait to do that awesome segment!
Ooh, if only.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, if only there wasn't so much else to talk about.
Wait, we're not doing dragons are cool?
No.
But...
Oh, come on, Bean. He's really more of a wyvern anyway.
But...
It's Noivern!
But dragons are cool.
Noivern is a bat-like dragon-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 6, but like I said before, his name seems to come from noise and wyvern. So he's technically a dragon, sort of.
Wyverns are a lesser class of mythical beast that's more related to a dragon than equal to one. For example, they always have 2 legs while real dragons can have more, and most of the time, they can't even breathe fire, talk, or use magic. What's the point?
Traditionally, you see these dudes a lot in heraldry because of their simple design, and more recently, they're sort of the video game henchmen to the real dragon's final boss vibe. But that's okay because the other part of Noivern's name is noise, and noise is tight.
Noise is tight?
Yeah.
You're not gonna give me dragons are cool and you're replacing it with noise is tight?
Yes.
Ah.
Noivern likely gets his name from the ultrasonic waves it emits from its ears, which are so powerful they can turn boulders into pebbles. He's also nocturnal and supposedly unbeatable in the dark, which probably means he uses echolocation like a bat, who use it to get around in their dark cave homes.
Noivern is definitely bat-like, but it's tough to say exactly what kind, since there's so many species that 1 in 4 mammal species on the whole Earth is a bat. Best we can say is that Noivern is free-tailed, broad-eared, either spear or leaf nose, and is probably also a microbat, which are the ones who actually use echolocation.
When a sound is produced, it comes in a wave. A sound's pitch is determined by the frequency of its waves. Short and fast is high, and long and slow is low. When you make a sound, waves fly out in all directions and bounce around, which you can actually sometimes hear in the form of an echo.
Echolocation takes this principle and uses it to tell bats how far away something is by how long it takes for the sound waves to bounce back, and it works so well that bats can actually navigate through a dark room with yarn strung up back and forth across it and not hit a single string. That's so cool.
Yeah, but that's not all sound can do. We already talked about loudness in the Explode episode, but now let's try and solve the mystery of Noivern the Boulder Crusher with something known as resonant frequency.
Quite frankly, shattering a rock with loudness alone would require a sound that would kill anything that heard it. Instead, Noivern probably knows a boulder's resonant frequency, which every object has, and is basically a particular pattern in which its molecules vibrate.
When a sound emitted matches that vibrational pattern, the waves amplify each other, sometimes to the point that object can shatter. Don't believe me? Check out that time the Mythbusters had singer Jamie Vandera destroy a crystal wine glass with his voice. It's real, dudes.
To do this requires extreme pitch control since the sound has to be sustained, but guess what? Noivern's ears are the perfect tool. They even resemble a type of speaker called a tweeter, which emit high-frequency sounds.
Speaker facts wrap up. Did you know tweeters are called tweeters because they make sounds like birds, and woofers are called woofers because of low-frequency dog barks? No, you didn't? That's because noise is tight.
That was a pretty weird way to end that.
Oh, hush. Don't you have some segment to introduce?
Oh, yeah. It's time for Pokemon that wear clothes.
What? No, it's time for battle strategy, you goof.
Also, go wear clothes. Noivern is one fast buddy boy, and even though the rest of his stats aren't great, with the right moves, he can more than hold his own in OU. Start with the timid one and super train it in special attack and speed.
Start Noivern off with the advantage by giving it a life orb to hold at the cost of a little HP per attack, and make sure it has the ability Infiltrator, which, among other things, goes right past your opponent's substitute. Surprise!
From there, it's all about hard-hitting special attacks like Draco Meteor and Hurricane for stab, though Hurricane really needs rain to be fully scary, and I tend to find that for coverage, Flamethrower is the most useful choice. Make that Ferrothorn think twice, you know what I'm saying? Get out of this town. You got a Flamethrower.
And finally in that last slot, try Roost. Noivern isn't the bulkiest Pokemon ever, and every little bit helps.
But of course, that's not the only way to train a Noivern, so as always, here are a few random thoughts.
Another option for this guy is Taunt. Noivern doesn't hit as hard as some other sweepers, so keeping walls from healing is pretty valuable.
Also, instead of flamethrower, you can try focus blast for steel and rock type problems, or air slash if it isn't raining and hurricane 70% accuracy makes you nervous.
Lastly, once again, thanks to Noivern's less than awesome stats, it might be prudent to toss U-turn on the set. He's faster than most opponents, and sometimes getting out alive is the most important thing.
And that's it, Noivern, not quite dragon, who's also kind of just a big flying speaker weapon.
See, noise is tight. For more cool noise stuff, click here for Exploud, and for an episode on an actual dragon, click here for Hydreigon.
If you like what you see, get all your friends together and tell them to subscribe. If not, tell your enemies, that'll show them.
And if you want to support us with your wallets, head over to patreon.com/thatonevideogamer. There's all kinds of incentives for less than the cost of a cheeseburger per week. Your name could even be in our credits. I'm PokeKellz.
And I'm Musician Alex. Tune in next week for another alluring episode of The Decks.
Yeah, and once you hit 110, you're at the human pain threshold, which sounds like a steel mill or the first row of a big rock concert. And then at 150, your eardrums rupture.
And then you can get more Doug Trios. And let me tell you guys, the fun doesn't stop there. You can get more Doug Trios. The best Doug Trio shot in the game right there. Let's give us a big hand.
I saw you and I just got so scared.
Just one shot with Jesse in the background.
Someone help me.
Traditionally, you see these dudes and they're like, man, they're dragons and shiz. So, buy them.